I'm Ken, and you're watching Celt Can Cook, the Scottish cooking channel that encourages young men and women to have the confidence and competence they need to conquer the kitchen. I don't know about you, but I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos recently. A lot of YouTube. Mostly I've been spending my time trying to figure out how to become a better chef. Yes, there are other people with shows like mine. And so what I've been focusing on is how to make the best possible steak. And I think I found a method that, based on my situation, is incredible. I am dry brining a steak in salt for a day, and then I'm reverse searing it. If you don't know what those phrases are, don't worry about it. I'm going to explain everything. The steak I use in this recipe was massively discounted because I went at night in the middle of the week. That's the best time to buy steak because it's going to be on sale most of the time. But anyway, this is a fantastic recipe. I love it. You're gonna love it. Let's be about it, shall we? As you can see, like I said, the steak was massively discounted, but the colour's a wee bit off. That's fine. You just have to smell it and feel it. If it feels slimy, if it smells sour, it's no good. Toss it out. But this smelled like meat, it was fine. Just a wee bit of oxidation had occurred, no big issue. We're going to taste test two steaks, one regular prepared, one dry brined. We're going to put a half teaspoon of salt, kosher salt, on our dry brined steak. Alright? We're going to put that onto a cooling rack and that rack onto a pan. And we're going to put that into our fridge for a full day. Alright? We want to salt both sides of the steak, front, back, etc. And that half teaspoon doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually is the exact right amount. Perfect. Alright. Like I said, take this, put it in your fridge, full day. The other steak, you put in your fridge also, but you put it in a baggie, so it doesn't have that dry brine process occur. Look, on the left, that's the dry brine steak, much richer colour. It's also a lot firmer to touch. Now, what you're looking for is to set your temperature to as low as possible. Most stoves can't really do 200 degrees super well, so I set it to 200, but later tests have shown 270 is even better, for me. If you can do lower than 200, that's better. But 270 at 25 minutes worked perfectly. The goal isn't so much time though, you want to get your internal temperature just right. We want our internal temperature to be 10 degrees or so below the doneness we're looking for. So here's a list of meat doneness. 10 degrees below any of that. Now I'm patting these dry at the wrong time. I'm patting them dry after I pull them out of the fridge. You should pat them dry after you pull them out of the oven. At the final stage, before you sear them at the end, alright? That gets all that excess moisture off the surface. And you don't want that moisture on the surface because that will hinder what's called the Maillard reaction. That creates that nice brown crust that everyone loves on a good steak. Alright, put it in your cooker for, once again, at 270 it takes about 25 minutes, but you want to constantly be checking your temperature, alright? Even though I say 25 minutes at 270 degrees Fahrenheit, the important thing is the internal temperature, not so much the time it takes. So you want to take a digital instant read thermometer and you want to find out exactly how hot your meat is. Don't be concerned if your meat looks a little bit off when you pull it out of the oven at first. We are going to sear it and that's going to get a nice brown crust on it. And we're going to sear it for 1 minute on each side. No more or you wind up not only burning your crust, but you also are going to overcook your steak. Remember, at this point, our steak is mostly cooked as is. We just want to hit it with that last heavy bit of nice hot heat. Oh, look at how good those are. That crust is fantastic. Let's see how it looks on the inside. Oh, that is a beautiful medium rare doneness. But let's see how it tastes, shall we? I spent a long day, folks. It's 10:30 right now and I'm glad to finally be done with this. But I gotta tell you, I'm excited. I've been waiting for this all day, actually been waiting for this several days. And to finally be able to taste test this one and find out which steak is the best, whether it be our control group, which is a tenderloin that was salted right before we put it on, or a dry brined steak that we let rest in the fridge for a full day with, I think it was half a teaspoon of kosher salt. The dry brined steak has a bit nicer crust to it. It's quite a bit browner than the regular control group. They still look fantastic. Both look absolutely incredible. Let's try the control group first. See how this tastes. Alright. Control group taste. That's a good steak. It's a mighty good steak. It's very juicy. It's very tender. You can definitely tell that there's a lot of flavour coming through the meat. But something tells me that this steak is going to be even better. It cuts so nicely. This is incredible. Alright. Reverse sear taste test. That's a bit of a fatty piece. That's fine though. Fat is flavour. That is absolutely the best bite of steak I've ever had. The crust is absolutely incredible. It's packed with flavour, it's packed with punch. The salt flavour has penetrated all the way through. This tastes delicious, but the salt flavour seems to linger on the edges. This, all the way through, top to bottom, there's salt everywhere. It's like drinking a glass of salt water that doesn't disappoint. Gotta try it again. I don't know how I ate food before I ate this. I want every steak I ever have to have that same incredible taste to it. And ladies and gentlemen, I think you would be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't do the same. You're watching Kilt Can Cook, the Scottish cooking channel that encourages young men and women to have the confidence and competence they need to conquer the kitchen. And I'll be seeing you.